Good evening and welcome to 16 by 9, The Bigger Picture. Cesar Millan is a king among canines, and now he's a household name. Dog lovers everywhere bow down to his ability to keep the family Pooch on a tight leash. But some critics say Millan's advice might do more harm than good. Tonight, Leslie Roberts has more on this self-made leader of the pack.
They come pouring in by the thousands to see one of their heroes. He's not a rock star, or an actor, or even a spiritual leader. Woo! But his fans pack halls as if he's all three. And tonight, in front of thousands of the faithful, he is on his game. He is charming.
I waited, and then I jumped.
He's funny.
And of course, the last answer was right here.
And sought out by millions for his advice.
Thank you very much.
He is Cesar Millan, a.k.a. the Dog Whisperer. He trains dogs, but he would tell you he trains their owners.
I rehabilitate dogs, I train people. I am the Dog Whisperer.
He's the star of the most popular show on the National Geographic Channel, seen in 80 countries worldwide. He's got t-shirts, books, mugs, even a monthly magazine. A multi-million-dollar industry, all built around training the family hound. If there's an American dream, Cesar is living it. But the dream has very humble beginnings. In rural Mexico, Cesar discovered he had a special talent for training animals around the family farm. And from there, the seed was planted in a young boy's mind.
I was 13 years old when I'd say I want to be the best dog trainer in the world. And I asked my mom, do you think I can be the best dog trainer in the world? He said, of course, mi amor, you can do whatever you want.
That gave the young kid from Mexico all the confidence he needed to become Alpha Dog.
In my culture, when you're the first boy, they treat you extra special. So that definitely helped your self-esteem and your confidence, you know, because you're constantly hearing that he's going to make it, he's going to make it. And so you just grew up with that mentality, you're going to make it. You don't know what you're going to make, but you're going to make it.
Making it meant Hollywood. Cesar jumped the U.S. border and headed straight to Tinseltown. But instead of glitz and glamour, Cesar came face to face with poverty and homelessness.
I actually was able to make it with $1 a day. You can buy 2 hot dogs, or back then you can buy 2 hot dogs for 99 cents. And so that's how I live.
Did you ever think I should be going home? Did you ever give up?
No, I don't give up.
That resolve started with a simple English phrase.
Well, I learned the sentence, do you have application for work?
As it turned out, the language of dogs was all Cesar needed to get his first break.
I passed by this grooming area, and I said, I'm going to practice this word, because I'm a groomer. And so I went in there, and then I told these 2 ladies, do you have application for work? It was a Cocker Spaniel in the back, and they gave me a clippers, and so I went in the back and groomed him. After that, I learned the Cocker Spaniel was aggressive towards them, but not towards me. So they hired me. They paid me $60 that day, which I wanted to refund $50 back because I was way too many hot dogs.
That first $60 gig has turned into a multi-million-dollar empire based on Cesar's straight-up approach for dealing with tricky canine personalities.
Live in the moment, it's calm and assertive.
Calm and assertive. That's Cesar's mantra. Project confidence and your dog will follow your lead. So we decided to try out Cesar's calm and assertive on my own dog, Max.
So you're going to show me properly.
With a subtle change of the leash.
You regulate the speed.
And some retraining for the owner. A little psychology. A little whispering.
This allows us to give him an easier direction.
And within seconds, my dog Max is under the whisperer's spell.
I can't believe how calm he is.
But not everyone would call this whispering.
All right, it's like a rattlesnake trying to strike you.
Dr. Gary Landsberg, a Toronto-based veterinarian and animal behaviorist, calls what Cesar is doing here misguided.
Now I'm seeing fear. This is going too far. That was a dog who was entirely fearful, who didn't know how to get out of the situation.
It is a technique called flooding, forcing the dog to come face to face with the thing it fears most, in an attempt to overcome that fear. Cesar uses flooding a lot. This time, it's a St. Bernard named Riley, afraid of going upstairs. Cesar drags him up, step by step by step.
There we go. There we go.
We wanted a second opinion on these videos, So we asked world-famous animal behaviorist Dr. Temple Grandin, who has a following of her own.
Let's look at the whole, dominance alpha thing. If your dog is a real high fear kind of dog, you don't want to be doing a whole lot of dominant stuff because you're going to make him more fearful. If you punish fear, you make it worse.
It might look good on TV, but Dr. Landsberg says this dog is being goaded into bad behavior and then choked into submission.
Now, why would you use any technique that, let's talk about the dog, that does this to the dog, makes him helpless, gasping, giving in?
Some big organizations back up the concerns about how Cesar handles dogs. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in the UK, the Australian Veterinary Association Kennel Club, and the British Veterinary Association wrote this letter, saying Cesar's methods lead to, quote, pain and fear. Cesar, the self-made man, has heard it all before.
The experts say
Yes.
he doesn't know what he's talking
Right.
about.
Well, I respectfully disagree. I don't say my way is the only way in the first place.
But he says his way does work, and he was blessed with it from birth.
There is no school that teaches you instincts, There is no school in the world that teaches you to walk a pack of dogs.
And Cesar's fans are as loyal, well, they're as loyal as dogs, and just as quick to jump to his defense. Remember this rabid fan? Woo! That's Darlene Mitchell, and she has a pack of dogs of her own. But she's not just a pet owner, she's a certified veterinary technician, a dog trainer who trains extremely aggressive death row dogs. Darlene has seen the videos. In fact, she owns the videos Dr. Landsberg says breed cruelty.
In all my watching of Cesar reading, I've never seen him be violent or aggressive. Have I seen him be assertive? Absolutely. But you have to remember, Cesar Millan isn't training an average dog. He's trying to train the dog that when you turn your back on, may come up and eat you alive.
Whatever the critics have to say, Darlene and a whole lot of other fans believe Cesar can train anything.
Once you see that your dog can behave, and then you did it, and then you can then practice the same thing with a human.
Including some pretty big dogs.
You want to get into politics.
Yeah, first thing I would like to change is make mandatory dog walking. We have to change. I love a quote from Gandhi: the greatest of a nation and the moral of its values can be measured by the way we treat our animals.
Of course, you can't be president because you weren't born in the States.
I know, but I can always influence the president.
Yeah. As a governor or a...
As the advisor, just a Mexican guy who knows common sense.